What's going on, guys? This is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You, and I want to talk to you about an anime that I think will never be taken down from the top of the totem pole. It's always going to remain at the top, and the name of the anime is Dragon Ball Z. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, you're such a fanboy. There's tons of anime out here that are better than Dragon Ball Z." That may be the case in your perspective, but in mine, I believe that Dragon Ball Z will never be taken down from its from the top of the totem pole. The reason is because, well, I'm gonna give you a few. The main reason is because one, in my opinion, I grew up with Dragon Ball from the '80s. I started with Dragon Ball, started with Z, and yeah, I watched that abomination GT. But nevertheless, I mean, I've seen Goku grow up from a kid to where he met Roshi, to where he met Krillin, to where he met Yamcha. Tien fought all the tournaments, defeated the Red Ribbon Army. I saw all of that. And then you get to Z, and then you find out that he's actually an alien. And then he's fighting his race, the last two members of his race, which are Vegeta and Nappa. And then after that battle, he goes to Namek and becomes a Super Saiyan. And then you got stuff later on the line where that Super Saiyan becomes Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3. You got fusion where two people become one being, one whole being with with great powers, and they can even become Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 3. Skip 2, become Super Saiyan 3. And the enemies that are introduced in Dragon Ball Z can't be they can't be replicated. Like, I mean, yeah, you have enemies that are beasts like Aizen for once, Nagato. You got enemies like Pain that people might be like, yeah, he's crazy. Madara, but Dragon Ball Z enemies are on a different scale. Okay, you're gonna see things like when Naruto first released Rasengan. It was a little orb spinning around. A lot of people were like, "Yeah, that's like a miniature spirit bomb." We've seen that before. That's cool. It might do. It might evolve, which it did along the lines. But when you see that, a lot of people, when people saw that, either they were like, "Yeah, it's like a little spirit bomb," or, "Well, do you think that Naruto could beat Goku?" If he released that, or if they fought. Even now, you'll see things like, "Well, Pain destroyed the whole village. What happens if what would happen if Goku came? Do you think Goku could beat Pain? Do you think Goku could beat Madara?" You'll see a lot of that. There's tons of fan fiction out here based on Dragon Ball Z. There's even a new animated series on YouTube. I think it's called Dragon Ball Z Absalon or something like that. Check it out. Like I saw it yesterday. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm getting off subject, but it was really cool though. I just want to give a shout out to that kid or that guy, whoever did that. Good work. But yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball Z is just that anime that can't be touched. It can't be matched. It'll only be matched if it's met by another Dragon Ball Z series that might outdo the original three. But unless it's that, then I don't see anybody else knocking it off the top of the totem pole. Like I said, people are going to be like, well, there's the big three. One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. People might add in Fairy Tail. Yeah, there's tons of great anime out here, definitely. There were a lot of game changers as well, like Gigantor, Speed Racer, Ronin Warriors. One of my favorite animes, Flames of Record. There was a lot of things there, but you'll see, like, when Dragon Ball Z came out, a lot of animes tried to do what Dragon Ball Z did. You'll see that a lot of people, a lot of kids, especially back in the 90s, even now probably, a lot of kids or a lot of people probably sit around and try to make energy come out of their hands. A lot of people probably sit around and try to power up, but things like that. You'll see that means that Dragon Ball Z had that much of an effect with them. You don't see little kids running around talking about some Rasengan. You don't see that. You see a lot of kids. I mean, a lot of people out here talking about some Kamehameha and all that stuff. I mean, they had some wild kid like something like last year. He tried to become like Super Saiyan 3 or something, or Super Saiyan. More power to you, dude. But yeah, that shit was just crazy, man. I don't know what the fuck you were doing, but don't do that shit no more, because people are just laughing at you. You probably got like 1 million views right now, way more than me, tons of subscribers. But yeah, you're fucking probably locked up somewhere in some asylum or some shit right now. But nevertheless, Dragon Ball Z is at the top of the totem pole to me. It'll never be taken down. Naruto will never match it. I think in a year like 3010, anime could come out and it might have the effects to where a character could come out and smack your mom in her face, and people would still be like, yeah, you know what, that was cool, but You remember when Goku turned Super Saiyan 3? Like, that shit was epic, man. Remember when Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2? That shit was crazy. I don't think that anything else out here right now will knock Dragon Ball Z from the totem pole. And I believe that a lot of people are going to agree with me. Like Super Saiyan, even before Super Saiyans, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball had such a unique flavor that you can't replicate that and try to come out with something that can match that. There might be something this time where people might be like, well, Naruto or Bleach is like sort of this generation's Dragon Ball Z, but you can't defeat the original. You can't knock down the originals like Dragon Ball Z. You can't do that, at least in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Dragon Ball Z is still at the top? If not, then what do you think is the animes out here right now that can sort of smack it down from the top of the totem pole? Yeah, definitely. Let me know and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment below, and again, Dragon Ball Z is to me the top of the totem pole. I'm definitely gonna stick with that until the day I die, and that's just the way it is. I mean, like I said, I love all animes. I'm a big otaku fan, but Dragon Ball Z is just one of those that you can't replicate. So, again, this is Sean from 4GLU, 4 Geeks Like You. Stay tuned for more reviews. Stay tuned for that giveaway from Devil May Cry, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And, yeah, again, stay tuned for that walkthrough, too, because I'm definitely going to be doing some walkthroughs, video game walkthroughs. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace.